cash is God. As long as you live, you pay. Hi everyone. I'm not going to do my normal introduction, but I will add some comedy. Come on in, take your shoes off, relax and unwind. Have your drink, have your snack, and let's get into it. Thank you for watching, everyone. We really appreciate you from the bottom of our hearts. Okay? Thank you and have a blessed day.
Kids. So when the man said jump, I jumped. My stripes back. Look at you. You ain't never been no place you ain't never had nothing. That's why you can understand a man like me. Why you can understand a man like me. Yeah, but I tell you, there was a time when I was the top sergeant of this platoon.
Circumstances determine where you are, but also don't let your circumstances determine where you're going. Because y'all know that I try to self-deprecate and I try to use my story, use my life as an example, and y'all know where I come from. Like I don't try to hide my past, but I glory in my past. It's just like Paul said in the Bible. He said, I'm going to choose to glory in my weaknesses, because he says that in my weaknesses, God is made strong, or God is able to work through me. I glory in my past. It's just like Paul said in the Bible.
No.
I was a felony and I went to prison, and they sentenced me to 14 years in prison. I ended up only having to serve 7 years. Well, literally, technically, I served 6 years, 8 months, but I always just say 7 years just to make it easy.
And I'm going to tell you this, Tim. When you come out of the penal system, the sooner you stop talking about it, the better. I repeat, when you come out of the penal system, the sooner you stop talking about it, the better. It is not something that is easily accepted by people, and you have thousands of people watching. So you might want to hold on to that pearl.
Sentence, and I got out of prison, and I can think about so many stories. I can think about so many moments that I didn't let determine where I was, and I didn't let those things determine where I was going. Because even when I was in that moment, even though I was in a moment where I might not have been to the place where I wanted to be, I didn't settle into that moment and become the moment. But I was always looking forward to where I was going.
When you locked up, what else is there to do but say, I know I'm here, but when I get out, this is what I'm going to do. Including, I'm going to get me some chicken wings, some pork chops, some black-eyed peas, some collard greens. That's all you have to do when you're locked up. There's nowhere to go. You are stuck with you. You are inside of you. You are who you are. You are locked up. So when you say that, you say it with such conviction. But the bottom line is that's all you have when you're locked up. Your thoughts, what you're going to do, how you're going to proceed when you get out. So what are you really saying? You're going around and saying a lot, but just saying a little, Tim. You got to work on that.
And
I hope those are not buzzards I see behind him. Because if that's buzzards, there's some dead stuff they're eating. I hope it's not your animals.
A whole lot of things going for them. That I was going to be better than what I was in that moment. Someone who had just got out of prison. Someone who didn't have a whole lot of things going for himself. But I knew that I was going to be great. I knew that I was going to dominate this life. I knew that I was going to start happening to life instead of letting life happen to me. And I can remember when you first got out of prison, they would have you sign up for they would encourage you to sign up for food stamps so that you could eat. And so I signed up, still in that lane. But at a certain point, if you want to go past that, you have to make a decision to go past that. You have to make a decision to not let your circumstance become who you are or determine where you're going.
Okay, Tim, your circumstances don't determine who you are or where you're going to be. When you going to be a farmer? Why are you coming on here lately with all the ragamuffins, huh? Why you keep coming up here not talking about farming, not progressing in farming and homesteading? Why you keep coming up here? Are you watching Reactors channels, or are you trying to do and build your homestead? Because to me, it seems like you're reacting to something. I like the way your video started out, because honestly, the old stuff is old. You needed something new, but you're reacting to something. So You need to get with yourself and get to the bottom of it. People are always going to talk about this channel because of the things they saw. So you can get up here and make all the speeches in the world. However, I believe when people come to this channel, they come to this channel to see homesteading, not come to this channel to see somebody who was a minister, somebody who was locked up, and somebody who's talking about food stamps when this is a homestead channel. Make it make sense, Tim.
The car payment to me, like
So?
his name into my name, and so one because I don't feel led to get into any debt. And so what happened is I had a conversation with my dad, and he said every man needs a truck because I had a conversation with my dad, and my dad said something I'll never forget. He said every man needs a truck because he spoke to me about how with the car all you can do is drive around, but he said with a truck you can go make some money. You know what I'm saying? You can start your own business, and that's what I did. I ended up saving up my money. I spent $0 for probably 6 months.
I have a question. So where did you get the money from that you saved for, what did you say, 6 months? You didn't have a job, or you had money from barbering, or, tell us how you saved money. Where did you get it from? Because we know you were locked up in the penal system, so you need to add that part in, because otherwise it looked like you was trying to take money from people, maybe asking for donations or what have you. Can you clarify that for us?
Budget. I think this truck was I paid $5,500 back for this truck 13 years ago, somewhere in that range. When I was 23 years old, and I ended up purchasing and buying this truck, and literally this truck I fell in love. Not only do I have one of them, but now I have another 7.3 diesel because I fell in love with these trucks and these motors because it's so reliable. Literally, everyone who had a car around the time when I bought this truck, that car has broken down by now. And this truck, I probably put at least about 200,000 miles on this thing. Everyone who had a car, about how we purchased the fifth wheel camper, I went and got that camper, pulled that camper to this one as the Woodland property where we established for my mom to live and to retire on. And so this truck has produced so many amazing things in my life and so much abundance and started so many businesses. And I've did tractor work and hauled off trash. I've done all type of things with this truck. And if I still had that car with that car payment, I would not have been able to do any of those things. And so I'm making that decision in that moment because my circumstance said I need a car, I need a vehicle. But I didn't let that circumstance in that moment determine my destiny. I didn't let that determine who I was. I didn't let that determine and decide my decisions. It's hard and
Okay, I have semi heard enough. When Tim constantly talks about how he buys everything for cash, he has the cash to buy everything. First of all, where do you get all this cash from? Because you damn sure don't have a CEO job. You're not under Jeff Bezos. You don't work for Elon Musk. You don't work for the White House. So how do you get this kind of cash? Secondly, when you talk about buying things for cash, you're establishing that you're a cash buyer. But this world doesn't operate off of cash. This world is a credit, get the money back, pass the money back over, play the money game, put the money back. So when creditors see you, they see you as a risk because you're not proving yourself that you can hold on to money and give their money back. They give you money, you pay it back, you give them the money, you pay your money back. You're just a cash person. You're almost what is called invisible in the system that we operate on. In the currency that the United States is offering and what they're operating on, you're invisible. Great, fantastic, wonderful. You buy everything in cash. But the bad part about it, as a business person, cash only is just nothing. It's a zero. It's a complete invisible zero because a businessman has to make money, crash money, and repercussion money. If you look at the president of the United States, the current president that we have in the United States went bankrupt 7 times. I don't have enough time to explain to you this, but You think that the system that you operated on is so fantastic and wonderful because you paid everything in cash, but it has no value. You can't trade those cars because the value, you over the limit with the odometer. Okay, the car is way, way old. So it's like everything you have, Tim, it has no. I hate to be the one to tell you this because it seems like I'm always hitting you over the head with a broom. But it's like everything you have has no resale value. That trailer you have has no resale value. Those trucks you have no resale value. You pay for them in cash. You just have no credit worthiness because everything you're doing is in cash. This country is run on credit and you pay it back. Credit and you pay it right back. Credit and you pay it right back. So you're always talking about
Yeah,
cash.
more
But
money, more
that's
money,
not
more
how
money, more
the
money.
big
Where
minds
has
and the
he
big
been at?
corporations work.
That's probably
Cash.
why his
They
host
work
is
on
not
credit.
going that well.
And if a lot of people are do not want to have credit, but there is a certain amount of credit that you need to have in order to produce and
Yeah,
get
you
a
have
lot of
to
the things
look
that you
a
need.
certain way,
Okay, I
that's
don't, like
all.
I said, I don't have enough time to go through it, but you're always bragging about that, but you're bragging about nothing once again, and I hate to clobber you over the head with it, but having everything and paying for everything in cash is nothing. Now, the one thing that you may have that's worth something is land. And that's it. But all those things on your land are like invisible and not worth currency. They're not worth anything, including those animals. Go ahead.
Like, what if I would have made a decision to keep the car note? I would not have saved up enough money to purchase this truck.
Again, let me reiterate it because now you're talking to a big, savvy financial woman over here. That truck and saving up the money for another truck is useless. That truck is useless. The truck that you would have made a payment on, you would have had more leverage because it shows that you have credit worthiness. So you could have continued. You're afraid. You're afraid of currency, and that's a very bad and dangerous thing.
Purchase this truck.
Especially
I
as a
would not have had a
businessman,
truck.
if he's a
All
businessman.
around dog kennels on. I would not have been able to haul around dog kennels, but and I wouldn't have been able to purchase this property in debt free.
Man, I thought you were going to come up here and say something. You've been missing for a day or so. Man, purchasing that property in cash, that property was a piece of garbage. I told you that when I did my first video. Garbage. You had to renovate that trailer, trash, whatever that is you have over there, and stop saying it was debt free because you had to put money into it. Anything you have to put money into after you purchase
Go easy
is
on them,
not
sis.
considered debt free. Miss me with this, Tim. Miss me with this. Do you even know about economics and finances, or are you just flying by the seat of your pants again? Let's have a conversation about it. I'm going to put my email at the end of this video. Okay? Because I'm not afraid, Tim. I'm not afraid. I am not Megan, Tim. I am that girl. I am that woman. I am that grandmother. Continue. That's where Megan comes in and where your son comes in. How the house got sold and brought more money. Brought more money to you. And you took your family out of a house and put them in a camper. Man, if you
What
don't
in
go
the
sit down somewhere
entire
and come back
world?
with a new
Ew.
storyline, me and you gonna dance. And you always running your mouth like, and you're so used to having people believe what comes out of your mouth. But that's why you don't have any more followers. You don't have any church members. You're not a minister. None of the, all the people you baptized disappeared. And like you're just in that compound in a cult-like environment where all of the good things that you're supposed to be are just within the trees, the grass, and the wind.
Then you have to like, even if your circumstance, even if where you are today, doesn't fit those convictions, doesn't fit where you're going, you have to make it fit. You know what I'm saying? You have to decide that this is who I'm going to be. This is what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? And you know, no offense, but food stamps were not a part of me getting to where I am today.
I don't mean no harm, but I don't believe that. And don't make me pull out the records. Don't make me go to the registrar and get the records. When you have to go to the hospital and you are going to the dentist, you are using Medicaid, okay? You are
Or
not that
a low
wealthy, Tim,
budget
so
health plan.
cut it
He's too cheap.
out. I don't mean no harm either.
And why is she clapping, y'all? I'm scared to
I
know.
don't know where you need to set it at, but you need to get up there and get that ceiling fan clean. Do you see those?
Wow, that
Do
thing
you
is
see how
filthy.
dirty your ceiling
Look at those
fan is?
black. Oh my
Y'all
god. Oh my
always
god. Oh my god.
filming stuff. Just stop. Look at that dirt up there. Them blades is off the chain. All you need to do is get one of those Swifters and just go across it and clean it. That's accumulation of dirt. But you happy and you know it. Clap your hands coming in there with a box. I see a haircut. I see a haircut. Oh no, he got a nice haircut. Let me see. Who
Hey,
else we got?
hey,
Hold on.
no,
Look at Noah
hey.
looking happy in his haircut. Just a nice haircut. I see your haircut down there too, Titus. Nice. Now,
Hey,
hopefully
Titus,
Dad shows you how to
hey.
brush it with that nice brush and put some grease on it, oil, whatever you all are calling it, and keep it
Mm-hmm,
moving.
mm-hmm,
Tim Jr.,
mm-hmm.
you looking dapper with that hair. But hopefully your
Go
father
ahead,
shows you that
Tim
you gotta brush
Jr.,
it and put oil on it.
Godfather. Yes,
Good job.
sir.
But as usual, to my disappointment, Megan hasn't gotten
Why she
her
get
mommy
left out?
makeover. Always looking haggard and like don't care about nothing. Everybody else looks good. What is up with
Oh man,
you?
Megan, come on. You too
Then have the
beautiful for this,
faded
queen.
face
Come
like
on,
you when you
man.
come out in the sun. Maybe you should wear sunglasses so you can look pleasant. You always look older than your years.
Come on, Megan.
Ooh,
We want you to be happy
is it a
sometime.
Peloton bike for you, Tim? Is it a Peloton bike? That's what it is? So you can work off some of that weight? Is that what it is? Did I guess? Oh, maybe it's something to cover that trailer. Either the exercise bike
You mean
or
underneath?
something to
Oh
cover that
Lord,
trailer. And if
please,
I'm wrong,
Jesus.
oh well. But anyway, whatever it is, God bless you all.
Hey, wake up. Wake up, boy.
Thank you for watching.
Did you see that?
Wow.